Dear students, in this class, let us discuss semiconductors, the types of semiconductors and their applications. Semiconductors are the elements having conductivity between that of insulators and conductors. The energy gap in case of semiconductors is moderate one of the order of 1 eV. Semiconductors are mainly classified as intrinsic semiconductors and extrinsic semiconductors. Intrinsic semiconductors are the pure semiconductors. No impurities added. It's a pure semiconducting material. At absolute zero, the semiconductors, they behave like the insulators because all the valence band is completely filled. The conduction band is completely empty. So no electrons are found free there in the conduction band. No free electrons are available for conduction. So the semiconductors, the intrinsic semiconductor, it behaves like an insulator at absolute zero. Germanium and silicon are the two intrinsic semiconductors which find many applications. Most commonly used, the pure semiconducting materials or elements are germanium and silicon. Germanium, atomic number 32, the energy gap is 0.67 eV. Silicon, atomic number 14, the energy gap is 1 eV. Both these atoms, the atoms of germanium as well as silicon, they possess 4 valence electrons. The electrons in the outermost orbit, valence electrons. There are 4 valence electrons. And the binding structure of germanium solid is as shown in the figure. At absolute zero, the valence electrons of the germanium atoms, they form covalent bonds with the electrons of the neighboring atoms. The 4 valence electrons of germanium atom forms the covalent bond with the valence electrons of the neighboring atoms, and they bind together at t equal to 0. They bind together so that at absolute zero, no electron is found free. No valence electron is found free. So the conductivity is 0. So that this intrinsic semiconductor, here germanium, it behaves like the insulator at absolute zero. Suppose the temperature is increased above absolute zero. Suppose T is more than 0 Kelvin. In that case, the electrons, they acquire some energy. Thermal energy may be given or an external electric field may be applied across the terminals of this germanium semiconductor. So that at T equal to T greater than 0 Kelvin, what happens is some of the electrons, they move from the valence band to the conduction band. The electrons in the valence band, they acquire energy and they move to the conduction band. When they move to the conduction band, in the valence band, some vacant sites are created. The electrons, they move from valence band to conduction band, leaving behind the vacant sites, the vacancies. This vacant side is called as the hole. As electron is moving from this region to the conduction band, this vacant side, the deficiency of the negative charge, means this is considered as the positive charge. This vacant side is assumed to be having positive charge. And the hole, this vacant side is called the hole, and the hole is assumed to be positively charged. This is what happens when the temperature is increased or an external electric field is applied to this semiconductor. And when a vacant site is created in the valence band, the electron in this valence band itself from other energy level may fill that level. See, what's a band? It's a combination of many energy levels. We find so many energy levels in a band. So all those levels are filled by the electrons. So if an electron from one level moves to the conduction band, the hole created in that level is filled by electron from another band in the valence band itself. This way, whenever the hole is created, it is filled by an electron in the valence band. That is nothing but the valence electron itself. And this process takes place continuously in the valence band, and because of this, there will be movement of the electrons, valence electrons. See, there will be movement of valence electrons between the sites created, and this movement is assumed to be similar to the movement of the holes. See, actually holes are not moving. These vacant sites are not moving. The vacant sites are filled by the valence electrons of the valence band itself. Then this is similar to the movement of the holes in the valence band. So, the electrons, whenever they move to the conduction band, there will be movement in the movement of holes in the valence band. These electrons, free electrons, we call them as the free electrons in the conduction band, which are available for conduction, also called as conduction electrons or the free electrons. So, the number of holes created in the valence band is always equal to number of electrons moved to the conduction band, or number of free electrons is equal to the number of holes created. This is what happens at temperature is increased or thermal energy is given or an external electric field is provided there. So in the intrinsic semiconductor, number of electrons is always equal to number of holes. So this movement of holes in the valence band or electrons in the conduction band, this results in a current. So the current which flows in an intrinsic semiconductor consists of both electron and hole current. The current flow in the intrinsic semiconductor is influenced by the density of states. Now, using this idea, let us derive the expression for the Fermi level in an intrinsic semiconductor. Now, to derive the expression for Fermi level, what is Fermi level? Usually, the Fermi level, it is according to band theory, the Fermi level is nothing but it is a hypothetical energy level of the electron. It's an imaginary energy level of the electron in band theory. This level, it is such that in thermodynamical equilibrium, when the system is at thermodynamical equilibrium, this energy level has got a 50% probability of being occupied by the electrons at any time. This is the hypothetical energy level, and it has got a 50% probability of being occupied at any time. That is called the Fermi level in band theory. Now let us derive the expression for this Fermi level in an intrinsic semiconductor. See, this is the diagram. We have valence band, the conduction band, and this is the energy gap, the space between the valence band and the conduction band. And now, what about the Fermi level in this case? Here, at any temperature T greater than 0, let Nc be the number of electrons in the conduction band, Nv the number of electrons in the valence band. See what happens when the temperature is increased above 0 Kelvin? Electrons move from valence band to conduction band. So here free electrons are available for conduction in the conduction band. Let Nc number of electrons in the conduction band, nothing but free electrons. Nv number of electrons in the valence band. After creation of holes, the remaining electrons in the valence band, that is Nv. So that total number of electrons, that is equal to Nc plus Nv, denoted as Z. Since the widths of the conduction band, valence band small compared to the energy gap, here we assume the energy level corresponding to the top portion of the valence band, the top energy level of the valence band denoted as Vb, and the bottom energy level of Cb, the lowest energy corresponding to the conduction band, that level is denoted as Ec, energy corresponding to the conduction band. So Ec, and here Ev, the energy corresponding to, see, this is Ev, not Vb, this is Ev. Ev, the energy corresponding to the top level of valence band, Ec, energy corresponding to bottom level of conduction band. Now, the number of electrons, Nc, to get the expression for Nc, what is Nc? It is nothing but the product of probability of electron having energy Ec into number of electrons. We have total number of electrons Z. So that Nc is f of Ec into Z. F of Ec, probability of electrons having energy Ec. But what is probability of occupation of energy level EC, that probability function we already seen in the previous unit, given by 1 over, the general expression is f of E is equal to 1 by e to the power E minus F by kT plus 1. Here, that f of EC, the energy level which is occupied, probability of occupying the energy level EC. So, E is replaced by EC. So, f of EC is e to the power EC minus F by kT plus 1 at any temperature T greater than 0 Kelvin. This is the probability of occupying the energy level EC. So, substituting this, we get NC as Z by this. Similarly, the number of electrons found in the valence band, it is NV. NV Z into F of EV. What is EV? Energy corresponding to the top level of the valence band, top energy level of the valence band. So that NV and F of EV is 1 over e to the power EV minus F by kT plus 1. So that NV is this. Now, adding equations 2 and 4, we get Z. NC plus NV is this plus this. And here, Z common to both left hand side, right hand side. So, gets cancelled, 1 equal to 1 by this plus 1 by this. Now, simplify. Common denominator is this term into this is the common denominator. Numerator, here you have this term plus here 1 into this term. And we get this 1 equal to this. Or simplify. Say this into this equal to this. I won't explain here. Say this term into 1 equal to the numerator. So that you get this term equal to this. And here right hand side 1 plus 1, that becomes 2. These two terms, this term plus this plus 2. Now multiply this. What do you get? First term into the first term is this. Plus this term into 1, you get this. This term into 1, you get this. Plus 1 into 1 is 1. Equal to the right hand side. So that, say these term, they get cancelled. This term minus this 0, this term minus this is 0, this minus this 0, this term minus this 0. So what's remaining? And 2, and here 1. 2 minus 1 is 1. So remaining is this equal to 1. Or if you simplify this, e to the power this into this means e to the power this term plus this. E to the power this plus this. What you get? E to the power EC plus EV minus 2EF by KT equal to 1. So here 1, you can write it as e power 0. So that e to the power this term equal to e power 0. So that the powers are equated. Equating the powers. You get this. Or from this EC plus EV minus 2EF equal to 0. Or EC plus EV equal to 2EF. Or what is EF? EC plus EV by 2. The Fermi energy is given by EC plus EV by 2. So that what the equation says, Fermi level lies exactly between the valence band and the conduction band. Say Fermi level lies exactly between the valence band, conduction band, or between these two energy levels EC and EV. This is about the expression for Fermi level and Fermi energy. Now, let us derive the expression for electrical conductivity of this intrinsic semiconductor. What is the electrical conductivity? Here we consider an intrinsic semiconductor at temperature T greater than 0 Kelvin. Intrinsic semiconductor at T greater than 0 Kelvin. L, length of the conductor. Let E be the electric field applied across the conductor, in the sense the semiconductor, intrinsic semiconductor. Here the current flow is due to movement of electrons and the holes. Here holes move in the opposite direction as that of the electrons. Hole movement is opposite to the movement of the electrons. And the movement of the electrons and holes is measured by a quantity called mobility. The mobility are here electron mobility and hole mobility, denoted as mu E and mu H. And here the electron mobility is always more than the hole mobility. Electron mobility is always more than the hole mobility. The reason is, whenever the electrons move from valence band to the conduction band, they create vacant sites, or the holes are created. So, as the electrons move to the conduction band, they fill the energy levels in the conduction band. But here, what we see is the number of filled levels in the conduction band, the number of levels filled by the electrons in the conduction band is found to be less compared to the vacant energy levels in the conduction band. Whereas in the valence band, holes are created. The electrons from the other bands in the valence band itself, other levels, they fill the vacant site created. But here in the valence band, the number of vacant sites is found to be less compared to the filled levels. Number of vacant energy levels. We can consider the vacant sites as the vacant energy levels. So in the valence band, vacant energy levels are less compared to the filled levels. So here, the availability for conduction is less in valence band. The availability for filling is less. More the levels are filled in the valence band. So, the hole mobility is found to be less compared to the electron mobility. Electron mobility is more because in the conduction band, more and more vacant energy levels are available for filling, so that their opportunity is more to fill. That's why electrons, they can move easily there in the conduction band. That's why electron mobility is more than the hole mobility. So here, IE and IH are the currents due to electrons and holes. So that the total current in this intrinsic semiconductor can be written as I is equal to IE plus IH. What is IE or what is IH? See, in the previous unit, free electron theory of metals, there we had derived the expression for the current. Current I is J into A, or J we define it as I by A, or I is J into A. What is J? It is the current density given by NE EA into VE. See here, IE is written as NE into E into A into VE. Here NE, number of electrons, E charge of the electron, A area of cross section of that intrinsic semiconductor. This one gives J into the drift velocity or velocity of the electron, it is VE. And this is the expression for the current due to electrons, free electrons, where in the conduction band. The current due to holes, NH EA into VH. What is VH? Drift velocity of the holes. So that I, the total current, is given by this, sum of the two equations. But what about number of holes and electrons? Number of holes equal to number of electrons. How many electrons are drifted? So many holes are created in the valence band. So that Ne equal to NH. Therefore, I becomes NEEA into VE plus VH. This is VH, velocity of the drift velocity of the hole. This is about the current. Suppose an electric field is applied across the semiconductor. E, the intensity of the electric field applied. And you know the relationship between the drift velocity, the intensity of the electric field applied, and mobility. In the last unit, there itself we defined, mobility is defined as velocity acquired by the electron per unit field. So, VE is mu E into E. What is mu E? Velocity per field. Therefore, VE is mu E, and that of the hole is mu H into E. Mu E, the mobility of electron, mu H is mobility of the hole. Therefore, substitute VE and VH as this in this equation. So, from this you get I is equal to NEE AE into mu E plus mu H. But what is E? The intensity is potential gradient. Let V be the potential difference across the semiconductor, L the length of the semiconductor, so that E is V by L. Substituting, you get Ne into E AV by L into mu E plus mu H. Or from this, you can write V by I. What is V? Potential difference. So V by I becomes this. V by I is L by this. Or this can be written as L by A. What is L? Length. A area. Into 1 by Ne. E into mu E plus mu H. Or what is V by I? According to Ohm's law, V equal to Ri. So V by I is R. So R equal to, this is a constant taken as rho into L by A. Thus, we get the expression for resistance as rho into L by A, where rho is 1 by NEE into mu E plus mu H is the electrical resistivity of the semiconductor. So electrical resistivity is given by 1 by this. Resistivity and conductivity are inversely proportional, so that electrical conductivity sigma is 1 by rho, nothing but Ne into E into mu E plus mu H. This is the expression for electrical conductivity of the semiconductor. Now, how this electrical conductivity or resistivity varies with temperature? What about the variation of rho and sigma with temperature? As the temperature changes, say either increases or decreases, how does sigma vary, or how does this rho vary with the temperature? For this, say consider the electrons in conduction band Ne Z into F of E. That is, Ne is Z by this. And here let us substitute EF. What is EF? Fermi energy. Fermi energy is EC plus EV by 2. Substituting and simplifying. See here, substitute. And here EC minus this. So EC minus EC 0. What do you get here? You get it as, see here, Ne is Z by this, or by 2 is there. EC plus EV by 2. So this is 2EC. Simplify this, 2EC minus EC minus EV whole by 2. Or that becomes 2EC minus EC is EC. Or Ne is Z by EC minus EV by 2 kT plus 1. What is EC minus EV? The difference in energy, energy gap. So substituting EC minus EV as G, EC minus EV as EG, then we get Ne as, so Ne is Z by e to the power Eg by 2 kT plus 1. And at room temperature, this term 1 is negligibly small compared to this, can be neglected with this, compared to this. You can neglect 1, so that Ne becomes Z by e to the power Eg by 2 kT. That is Z into e to the power minus Eg by 2 kT. This is the number of electrons available in the conduction band, found in the conduction band at a temperature T. Now what is sigma? We derived Ne E into mu E plus mu H. Substitute this Ne here. So that sigma we get, substituting Ne as this, we get sigma as E Z e to the power minus Eg by 2 kT into mu E plus mu H. From this, we see that sigma proportional to e to the power minus Eg by 2 kT. What the expression says? See, other things are constants. So sigma proportional to this. What it says? The electrical resistivity of the intrinsic semiconductor varies exponentially as T. Sigma varies exponentially as T. Now, what is rho? Sigma is conductivity. Conductivity varies exponentially as T. Now, what about resistivity? Rho. Rho is 1 by sigma. Rho proportional to e to the power Eg by 2 kT. Or rho is a constant multiple of e to the power Eg by 2 kT. So, here rho also varies exponentially as 1 T. And taking log with base E on both sides, we get ln rho equal to ln C plus Eg by 2k into 1 by T. Taking log on both sides. Log with Neperian base on both sides, we get this. See, this is the form. Log AB, log A plus log B. Apply that, you get this. And what this equation is of the form y equal to mx plus c. Y equal to mx plus c. With the constant ln C, y is ln rho. So here, if you plot ln rho against 1 by T, Plotting ln rho against 1 by t, we get the curve like this, a straight line with y-intercept. Y-intercept is ln c. So that this Eg by 2k is nothing but slope of this line. Y-intercept is ln c, slope is given by Eg by 2k. This shows the variation of this resistivity with the temperature. What the graph says? The graph says as temperature increases, the resistivity, electrical resistivity of the semiconductor decreases. As temperature increases, electrical resistivity decreases. This is 1 by t here. So as temperature increases, 1 by t here decreases. As 1 by t decreases, this ln rho increases. Or as temperature increases, then temperature is increasing as we move this side. As temperature increases, ln rho decreases. The resistivity decreases. This is about variation of this resistivity or conductivity with temperature. With this, I stop here. Let us consider the other type, extrinsic semiconductor, in the next class.